First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone that taught us this truth. Salutation, all Yakin, pushing this word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson on this YouTube channel. Which, I mean, the guy's bugged out, you know, he's clearly could be juiced in as a counter-protester, agent, or whatever. You know, through the spirit, I was watching this video, I was like, hey, this guy got to be a DJ, because he has a decent playlist where Trump is named and mentioned in different rap songs and shit. And lo and behold, this guy's a DJ, but his name is DJ Occult. So I'm not saying brothers, you know, heavily dive into this guy, but I'm just using this left-hand demon for edification purposes. So, right, so let me play this video. Trolling Berkeley, which that's in California, Tesla protest. And here it is, we're still in March. It's still cool out. Like, the weather ain't fully break yet. You can't really go outside with a t-shirt or a long sleeve for that matter yet comfortably. You know, you do, like, you know, take your layers off. You know, most of Babylon, because I'm in the East Coast, so most of Babylon, you know, you may be able to wear a t-shirt or a long sleeve, you know, thin layer per se, for like an hour or so, maybe an hour or two, a couple hours at the most, and then throw your hoodie back on early morning / nighttime, you know. So the weather ain't fully break yet, and you see spirits already getting roused up. So imagine come May, late April, going into May, June, when the temperatures start to cook.
Yo, welcome back to the channel. We got another banger video for you. This time I rode my speaker protest bike over to the Tesla dealership in Berkeley. These guys are meeting here every Saturday. Check these guys out.
This guy's a Jake. He's an Issacharite, but you see the look. These are so-called liberal Edomites, all right, that basically made, you know, in the 60s they were young. So they made the LGBT community what it is into today, which destroyed Jake households, man. All right, feminism, all that shit. They were for all that shit, man. You know, I want to say Marxism.
All hella old ass people, and this one was a fun video to make. Check it out. Party. We're at the Senior Citizens Club, 60 plus. We're at the Senior Citizens Club, 60 plus. Hey, yo, back the fuck up, lady.
We voted Trump and Vance, baby. Trump and Vance, America needs saving. America needs saving. We voted Trump and Vance, baby. Trump and Vance, no Trump, November 5th, we going crazy. November 5th, we going crazy.
You know it. Yo! Hey, yo, Flavio! Hey, where you going? Hell nah. Hell nah. We voted Trump and Vance, baby. Hey, don't touch my shit. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch my shit. I'll fuck you up. That's what I'm here to do. Hey, don't get off of my shit. Get off of my shit. Fuck doing it. See what happens. See what happens. It's called free speech. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Then back the fuck up with my shit. I'm a pepper spray. You don't see me putting this shit up in your face. You put this shit up in my face. Hey, I'm getting away from you.
fucking face. To do it.
Do you rape women? Do you rape boys?
Do you? No, but you're supporting rapists.
You're supporting rapists.
You are
Yeah.
supporting rapists. Joe Biden's a rapist with your fucking
Yes,
country.
way he's a rapist.
Back up.
He's a rapist.
You fucking fuck up.
You support rape.
Hey, get away from me.
You were the one putting shit in other people's face, all right?
Back the fuck up, homie.
You get the fuck out of here.
Hell no. No, I don't want you out of here. I want people to see what Trump supporters are actually like.
All right, so let me
This
fast
AI
forward.
tool will take your
You see, so Elam, that's the pride of Elam. He can't even speak English, and he's out there scoffing, talking shit. You know, because Elam, he don't want to get deported, or his peoples, because you got Elamites that are so-called illegal immigrants here.
Stop this man's ridiculous. Thank you, brother.
What's that? You have mariachi here. So this is good.
We like a mariachi and we don't like you, so that's different.
Okay, but
But you're not like a mariachi. Mariachis are really cool.
I'm Mexican. What the fuck?
I don't care. Done with your shitty music. Trump. Done with Trump. Done with Trump.
But do it on time. Now clap. Now clap. Now clap. Now clap. Give me a clap. Yo, hey, I gotta love this. There's a cease.
Trump lost convictions. 34 guilty counts.
Yo, you had my match here last week.
Hey, hey.
Shout out to the Trump Latinos.
Elon
Games for Trump, Asians for Trump, Africans for
Bro,
Trump.
don't tell me what to do. I told you already.
Elon Musk has got to
Don't tell me what to do. I
go.
told you.
Gang.
I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. Back it
Elon
up.
Musk has got to go. Hey, hey.
Fuck Joe Biden. Excuse me. Fuck Joe Biden. Excuse me. Fuck Joe Biden. Excuse me. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Excuse me. Fuck Joe Biden. Excuse me. Fuck Joe Biden. Excuse me. Fuck Joe.
Yeah, so that's the last part I wanted to get. The Edomite bitch said, yeah, Trump will deport her. All right, because it's, yay. Like I said, man, the weather ain't even fully break. I know that's upper Cali and shit. I know it's always chilly over there, but not, you know, the weather ain't too bad. It's kind of like how it is here. Our springs are here year round since they're right by the bay, you know, but that's like Silicon Valley and all that shit. Yeah, so you had this Edomite here. He's accused of setting fire to a Tesla charging station in South Carolina, which is started in New York. So now you're having copycat attacks against Tesla. And I did a video last week basically going into for people that are attacking these Tesla facilities or dealerships or warehouses. You know, it's considered a T-charge, man, you know. So, hey, man, all hell's getting ready to break loose. I don't want to watch this out, man. I mean, brothers need a, hey, you know, pray this shit goes down. Like, you know, this year, this summer, you know. Pray that it's a summer of chaos because, you know, we sick and tired of this day-to-day monotonous bullshit. No amount of money or woman or food or, you know, resources, houses, whatever. None of that shit can make us happy here, man. All right. So we're living in beautiful times, man. All right. Where this shit's really about to get physical. You know, these protests and counter protesters, man. The only reason why that that bugged out spick, that Mexican didn't get lumped up. It's because the police is right there watching everything. So let me get some precepts, man. So pray this is the year. Like I woke up this morning, thinking about spiritual power. I was like, Lord, please give us the power this year. I don't worry about this. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts. Matthew 12:25. Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Yeah, so that's what you see now, man. America's not going to stand, especially like this. Because, they, best believe Esau, he has an answer. What they call it, problem, reaction, solution. All right. So this devil got he got a repercussion, man, and consequence for these mass gatherings. And on another note, I didn't really think of it till now, but this can lead to the famine of the word. Because what we do, we gather on the streets, and you see these people gathering on the streets acting a fool. Because here it is, they talking about, but that shows you how sick these elderly people are. Those majority of them people on that corner are Kamala voters, man. That show you how sick these people are, man. They're Biden supporters, man. And these are supposed to be the elderly of America, man. People in their 60s, 70s, in their golden years and shit. Done worked 30 years at a job, and they just newly retired and shit. And they have kids and families and grandkids and great grandkids. And this is who's leading these people. Scripture says, if the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into the ditch. That's that whole congregation, that whole fucking block was blinded, man. And real soon it's going to get out of control. We just don't know the exact time, but the Lord knows. Like I said, it ain't even get hot yet. Wait till it get hot. Talking hot to them points where them nighttime is at 70, 80 degrees at night. Or even 60s at night. It's pretty warm. Upper 60s, I'll say. And then at the daytime, it's like 80-something degrees. 90 degrees even. Let's see how this shit go haywire then, man. All right. So we just got to wait on the Lord, man. Scripture said, who shall rise him up? Because these niggas ain't even, where are these niggas at, man? You niggas ain't going to go out on the streets till Section 8 becomes a thing of the past, man. So that's a damn shame, but it's real soon, man. Scripture says our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. Okay. So it says we just going to wake up one morning, just like 9/11. Like 9/11, I didn't even know 9/11 happened until like noon that day. Because I remember that day vividly, I was 19 in college. Spirit told me, something told me, just don't go to class today. Whatever you do, do not go to class. This is my sophomore year of college. So, your freshman year, you getting the hang of things. You ain't really skipping class like that. But I was a sophomore, so like, man, ain't nobody gonna call my mama because I didn't go to class. Something told me, don't go to class. So I didn't go to class. Next thing I know, I went to the basketball court instead. Because back then I was heavy in the, shooting hoops and shit. So I went to the neighborhood court. Probably shot it up for like an hour or two. So come home, cut the TV on, boom, over 9/11. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like some movie shit. So I say that because That's how this next great event's gonna happen, man. Real soon, it's not gonna be Molotov cocktails and shit. You know, it's gonna be more of a dirty cocktail, if you get my drift. A spiked drink. You know what I'm saying? A pocket. Hachu, man. You know? A pocket Nizu. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of time we living in, man, where they're gonna have to shut a whole city down, man. All right. Which that's called the Gold Coast, man. You know, that's one of the major, what they call, the major target sites, man. You know, for these evil teas, man. Or domestic teas, or whatever you want to call them, agent provocateurs. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So that's what the Lord's doing now at an all-time high. We thought it was bad in 2020. It's way worse now because now Edomites are involved. You know? Especially if one of these bugged out Dems try to do something to Trump, man. Or any of Trump's, you know, confidants that's in the Oval Office. You know, that's when you're going to see these patriots, these MAGA numbnuts get involved, man. So it's going to turn into riots, man, eventually. You know, you thinking you're going to be able to take your girl out on a date in the city. Guess what? The city's going to be blocked off, man. You know, get you a nice dinner with some take home and shit. No, I don't know how much that shit costs now. You know, you take a bitch out to a nice dinner. It's a minimum $100 gotta be. Because the meals are like $30 now. And, you know, she gonna want a meal. Your meal's $30. Her meal's $30. Appetizer, another $20. Drinks, another $20 to $40. You know, all that shit's going out the window. Verse 3, in the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. We're seeing it fail now, but it's really going to reach its peak soon, man. Because right now we're in the calm before the storm, that peace and safety, then sudden destruction. Pursuing the Thessalonians, man. I want to say 1 Thessalonians 5:3. Got this solar maximum supposed to hit within the next few months. You just had the alignment. You had an alignment 1 week, planetary alignment 1 week, then a week or two later, a blood moon. So shit about to hit the fan out of one brothers out, man. Look, number 4, verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord. The fierce king shall rule over them. Who's that? I'm talking about Trump and Elon, man. I might as well add Elon in there because every major interview that happens, man, Elon's present as well too. Or Elon's suit, man. He probably got a double suit that watches Trump at all times like a bot. He's probably got like some type of spy surveillance Elon replica, synthetic Elon and shit watching Trump at all times. You know what I'm saying? That's how evil these people are, these Edomites, these so-called white people, man. Those are liberal Edomites, man. You know, they mad that, you know, their kids can't afford shit. Really, I'm gonna tell you why them old ass crackers in this video are mad, man. I'm gonna tell you why. The exact reason why. Cause, you know, this Edomite, that's probably his son next to him. All right, this devil here, this pasty piece of shit. Like his son, right? Son like, Dad, you know, I'm 25 now. I need a fucking condo in Sacramento. Dad, I can't afford it. I'm only making $100K a year, Dad. So now the dad gotta like fork up like $500,000 and shit, so his son can afford a down payment on a fucking house. That's why these old ass crackers are mad. And they don't want to sell their shit, so they got to go into their retirement, their taxes, because it's all like Esau's God is money, mammon, man. So they're mad, like, fuck, man. I gotta sell X, Y, and Z so my son can have a roof over his head, his own place. Because that's one thing about the millennials, Gen Z. You know, they still, which, hey, rightfully so, man. Because even sometimes, you know, I ask, like, you know, my parents, hey, you know, hey, shit a little tight. I might, you know, I might need a couple $100 to get through this week, you know, Baba Kashad. And then, you know, they'll do it. They'll do it. And then, you know, I put a blessing on them, like, Lord, you know, bless my parents. Baba Kashad, you know, keep them safe. You know, they helping me, so help them, Baba Kashad, you know. And that's it, man, you know. Because I'm a fucking millennial, man. I'm an older millennial, but I'm still a millennial, man. I had to endure this fucked up ass economy / system as well, man. Okay. But yeah, devils like this guy, man. You know, he's mad, like, because now he no longer has $3 million in the bank. He helps his son out. He has like 1.8 million or some shit. You know, he has to live the rest of his life. I'm like, fuck, man. You know, you fucking, you know, he's not going to blame the libs. He's going to be like, you fucking red donkeys. You know what I'm saying? That's how these devils rock. You know. Let me see if it's, I think I got all the parts in the video. But, you know, this guy, he's just bugged out. He's in the techno and house. You know, I never heard of this. This is like a recommended motherfucking bugged out Jake. You know, you got the pyramid. He's all the way juiced in. Let me show you real quick this.
I'm probably the only person
right here.
Go talk to anybody about that.
Yeah, so this guy right here. So, you know, this guy's all the way juiced out. He had the pyramid with the Alcyon eye in it on the bottom right. He has the Masonic. Yeah, he's got the Masonic fucking hat, you know, checkerboard hat. You know. So he's just bugged out, man. You know. But, you know, you use this for edification purpose. Because you got to have some high-level demons to go up against that many people. You know. And try to make it out of there alive. So, you know, Esau's going to send their top warlocks and sorcerers, which his name is DJ Occult. So this guy's a warlock, a sorcerer, man. open warlock, open sorcerer. He's not even, because, you know, most of them try to hide their dirt. He's an open demon. So he's into, allegedly, you know, the Philias, even the LGBT shit. He's in the Bay Area, so that shit is heavy out there. It's just more than likely one of the 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know, you think of San Fran, Atlanta, DC, New York. San Fran, Atlanta, DC, New York, LA, maybe. Yeah, I'd say LA will be the last one. In my humble opinion. Could be wrong, but in my humble opinion, I believe that's the 5 cities, man. Definitely DC. So, let me see what else, man, I can get. Might as well go into Second Ezra's, man. You know, it's one of our favorite chapters, man. It's 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're not going to regard their mayors, their governors, Trump, Biden, whatever sellout, Judas Goat, whatever leader they have, their athlete, Steph Curry, LeBron James, you know, Patrick Mahomes. They ain't gonna guard none of them niggas, man. Yeah, the local deputies and cops and shit, sheriffs. None of that shit's gonna work, man. To stop the people from fighting, because it's gonna be all out chaos, man. You know, Royal Rumble type of world, man. That was my favorite. Even though I couldn't afford the pay-per-view shit as a child, my family couldn't afford that shit. But you know, sometimes they'll show the replay, you know, after it's done on TV, regular TV, and that was my favorite wrestling event. Was Royal Rumble as a kid, man, in the 90s. I remember when the Royal Rumbles first started. I want to say it was like early 90s, late 80s, shit. And you know, it'll be like a surprise entrance for your favorite wrestler. Oh shit, that nigga's in the Royal Rumble. Niggas just start running to the sprinting to the. That's how it's gonna be in Jacob's Trouble, man. And the last man that stands is winning. Who's gonna be the last man standing? Ultimately, Yahweh Shai, but that's the elect, man. Yahweh Shai always gonna be the last man standing, but the elect, we gonna be joint heirs, man. You know, so we gonna see all you niggas, you know, figuratively getting tossed out of the ring, man. You know, getting put to death. Fucking nigga woman tossed out. You know what I'm saying? You know, I get excited talking about this shit, man. You know, because that's what I enjoyed as a child, man, and now it makes sense. Because that's how this truth is gonna end, man. That's how America's gonna end. Because this truth will never end. But I mean, what I mean is on this side, man. It's how this shit's gonna end, bro. I had niggas getting tossed out left and right, to and fro. Niggas hanging on, you know, nigga hanging on the last rope and shit, leg dangling. That's how it's gonna be when we get beamed up. They gonna be trying to hang on the brother's toe and shit. You gonna have to kick that nigga off you. The fuck off of me. Y'all Shai gonna say, depart from me. I never knew you, bitch ass, man. We gonna say the same thing, man. These niggas gonna try to cling on to us while we getting beamed up, man. You know that shit's gonna happen if we, you know, on the ground and shit. When the chariots come deliver us, when the missiles are fired, man. And it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, swords in their hands. It's lucky. I'm just getting over this last stage of this bullshit viral shit I'm dealing with. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Yeah, it's gonna be uprising, riots, what they call that shit. It's like militias. Yeah, you gonna have militias out here and shit, man. Forming packs. You know, tired military and shit. You gonna have foreign troops here, which I may have to go back and watch Red Dawn, because it's been years since I watched that shit. Pretty sure it's on Prime or what's the other joint? Prime or Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Which Netflix is getting out of control, man. I saw a charge on my account from Netflix. This shit was like $30, man. I'm like, what the fuck? This shit used to be like $5 back in the day when this shit first came out. $5, $10. Show you that the dollar is plummeting, man. I may have to cancel that shit, because I don't really watch it anyway. That shit is for, you know, if you got a woman, you know, keep that bitch entertained so, you know, she don't keep commit adultery type shit. But it is what it is, man. This place is getting ready to have its final curtain call, man. And it says that one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. They're going to have the actual swords, choppers, you know, the tone, you know, Jake say the tone, the glizzies, what's the shit called? The stick, That's another word for it. The switch. Niggas gonna have switches out here heavy. It's gonna get crazy. Ain't gonna be no fucking ambulance to pick your bodies up and deliver you to the morgue and shit, to the emergency room. Ain't none of that shit in there. Because the hospital's gonna be locked down. The hospital's gonna be one of the first places to be locked down. They just may use these hospitals for military only, you know. Injured martial law, National Guard troops only type shit. Then you gonna have your makeshift hospitals and shit. They're basically like FEMA camps, little tents and shit, triage centers. Okay. Like, that's the type of shit that's gonna go down, man. And it says, for there shall be a sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So, like they wanted to beat that spick up, but he had his, number one, the cops was out there. Number two, he had his camera and shit. If he didn't have his camera, devils would have been way more froggy. Those are old devils, like, devils that was young in the 70s and 80s and shit. Because, you saw Age Horby. Some of them devils could have been in their 40s and shit, looking like they about 80 years old. And here's the point: a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, man. So cities like Berkeley, Sacktown, I'm the name of some Cali cities and shit. Los Angeles, of course. Bakersfield, San Fran, all them valley fucking cities out there, man. Lord's about to lock. Cali's gonna be probably one of the first places to get locked down. It's probably either New York or Cali or DC. One of them three: New York, Cali, or DC. It'll be like one of the first places to get locked down. You'll see how the Lord play this shit out, man. And it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, man. Yeah, because they're going to be afraid, because they're like, damn, the fuck, the Hebrew Israelites fucking warned us of this shit, man. Those black guys on the corner said this shit was going to happen. That's going to be the biggest talk of town. When people lose everything, you're like, man, well, how the fuck, why ain't nobody warn us? Nah, somebody did, the Hebrew. Them motherfuckers with them long ass gowns and garments and shit. They said this shit was gonna happen, man. I seen their videos. Oh yeah, you right. They did say this shit. Fuck. Should have been repented. It's gonna be too late in that time, man. Pursuing the Amos, man. Right. Amos 9, I believe. 8 or 9. Okay. So, hey, man. And it says, verse 19 is the last verse I'm gonna get. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Yeah, and that clip you seen, like, here it is, that society's still up and going, right? And they wanted to fucking eat that northern tribe. It sounded like one of the Edomites called him a nigger, man. But he said, Esau, he'll talk under his breath, so you can't really decipher nigger. Yeah. It sounded like one of them called him a nigger, man. Y'all get that nigger shit out of here, nigger music out of here. You hate rap. Rap is trash. So, yeah, and that was nothing but a fucking parking lot full of Karens and Kens, man. Karens and Darrens. Quick to call the police on Jake. And at the end, the cops said, hey, you gotta go. Because, they'll see them devils getting riled up and shit. So, them cops, like, they say, look, the easiest thing to do, instead of calming 100, 200 people down, let's get this one spick out of here. That's the easiest route to take. Even though he wasn't breaking any laws, no noise ordinances, but that's the thing about these warlocks called cops. They could bend the law. Here it is, you abiding by the law, but they could bend it and give you a citation or a court order, man, or lock your ass up, man. But he was smart. He agreed with his adversary. And it says, but shall destroy their houses With the sword and spoil their goods. Yeah, so you Edomites, because you Edomites living good, man. Brothers done did deliveries and shit. We done seen how you devils live, especially where I live. Where I live, them devils be having ocean views and shit. Them devils ain't got a care in the world, man. Hey, it's gonna be Jake's living in that shit when all hell break loose, man. Because Jake do deliveries. The majority of delivery drivers are Jake, so hey, they want a nice cozy retreat during Jacob's trouble, man. Crash up in a lakefront Edomite house when all hell break loose, man. Because you gonna be moving, like pilgrims, especially the men of the Lord. We gonna be moving like pilgrims in that time. So we gonna be going house to house or building to building, just like they show you in the movie. You stay in a building one night, then the next night, you gotta roll because you don't know if someone else is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? That's how shit's gonna be, man. Call all y'all by Shimmy outside that, we here to see the downfall of our enemies. Let me end off with that. I think because I always like to end off on a good note, man. I always like to end off on a good note. Which all the scriptures are good note, but you know what I mean. Like, let me see. Downfall enemies. I may have to, Google this. Ecclesiastes 25:7. There be 9 things which I've judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, which we can't even have that in this society. It's bad enough you have children, but for the brothers that don't got kids, it's like, why would you want them? You know what I'm saying? And he that liveth to see the downfall of his enemy, and that's the time we live in now, man. Like, ain't gonna shed no tears that Esau done lost his big 4-car, 3-car garage home, during Jacob's trouble, which is gonna be Esau's trouble as well. Ain't gonna shed no tears, man. I'm gonna be praising the Lord, man. Oh man, because these devils gonna come, even these devils, just like Jake's gonna come up to us, especially when they see us with the power and shit. The heathens gonna come up to us too, man. They're gonna be complaining like, fuck, man, I lost my 10-car driveway, my 5-car garage, my 8-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom, 2 kitchen, big pantry, 2 master bedrooms. Like, and we just go and laugh at them, man. If we don't take their ass out, man. But, certain heathens, we just go and laugh at them, man. Hey, you had a good run, Esau, man. Get ready for slavery. That's all we want to tell them, man. For, these heathens, these 2/3 that live deliciously, Scripture says we gonna laugh at their calamity, man. All right, so, and that's what we've seen. We've seen the downfall of not only Esau and the rest of the heathen nations, also the 2/3 of our people, the nigga woman. He's about to fall hard right along with Esau, man. Like, I'm really starting to believe, like, might be no nigga woman making it out of here. All right, so I'm gonna end it there till next time. Shalom, man.